everybody, welcome to Ransom Resellers. I'm Samantha.
I'm Randall.
And we are full-time resellers on the Amazon and eBay platforms. So our channel lately has been focused a lot on eBay, but we know that one of the things we struggled with the most when we were getting started was Amazon. So we wanted to come to you with a video breaking it down. I mean, things that we had to learn the hard way, we want to tell you so that way you don't have to struggle in the same way that we did.
Yeah. I mean, even still, we done our research as far as like Amazon, like selling on Amazon as well. We just had a bunch of like hiccups and struggles in the beginning, and like any way we can kind of try to help out.
I'm not gonna tell you that this is gonna make it easy, but maybe it'll eliminate some of the struggles that we went through.
Yeah.
It's still a very steep learning curve.
We're not professionals by any means.
We can just tell you what we learned. So the first thing you need to know starting out is that if you're gonna try to make this full time, you need to get the professional seller's account. It's $39.99 a month, and it charges your Amazon account monthly, so it takes it out of what you make. Your first month is a loss. Even your second month, you're going to see a loss. You're not gonna get not month. Yeah, probably about the first month. Yeah. That $39.99 price for the month comes out of that first month's pay. So we didn't see any payments until probably the third pay period.
Yeah.
So about 6 weeks.
Yeah, about 6 weeks in. Yeah. That's about right.
Yeah. So the next thing we want to talk to you about is FBA versus FBM. FBA means fulfilled by Amazon. That means you go find your product, you package it, label it, ship it to Amazon, and then they will ship it to the customer from there. With that, there's a lot you have to know how to do, which we are going to put videos out exactly how you put together a shipment, and how, I mean, even before you get to the shipment, you have to find your product. So we're going to have videos on that as well.
And the other one is the FBM. FBM, if you're familiar with selling on like Goat or eBay, like Poshmark, anything like that, it's almost the exact same. Where you package your, say if you have an item to sell to your customer and the customer chooses to buy your item, you package your item up, you print out your own label, you put the customers like info and everything else on the label, you ship to them from your house or from wherever you're shipping from your business. And that's how that is different from the FBA.
Also, with FBA, you're eligible for Amazon Prime and for the buy box. FBM, you are not eligible for Amazon Prime.
That's correct.
All right, so you have three main ways to source. You have RA, OA, and private label. So we do mostly RA. What RA is retail arbitrage. That means you're going out into stores and finding the products that you are going to send into Amazon. Mm-hmm. We will have videos on that. This is just a broad overview of the whole selling on Amazon process.
Yeah.
OA is a little bit more friendly to people who don't want to go out into stores, especially now during COVID. OA is finding products online to have shipped to your house, then you turn around and ship to Amazon.
Or you can even like, so like if it's on like Target or something, or like Walmart, and you want to do a pickup, you go and pick up all your items and bring them back home and then prep them and everything else. So it's kind of different ways on it, but it's all the same pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, stores changing their policies to where they have pickups like that makes OA a lot easier.
Yeah.
And your final one is private label. This isn't something we have ventured into yet, but it's something we have done a ton of research on. Private label is essentially where you find a product that you can improve upon. You talk with a manufacturer. More than likely, that manufacturer is going to be in China. You work together to create this product, and then they ship it to Amazon, and you get the benefits of it.
Yeah.
It's very expensive, so I don't suggest starting out that way. You're probably a lot better off doing a mix of RA and OA until you can build up to private label.
Yeah.
Private label can be very lucrative if you find the right product, but it takes a ton of research and a good chunk of money to do it. One thing that we found found when we were starting Amazon was we struggled knowing what we needed to even succeed in this business. So we went to put out our first order and we were like, oh, poly bags. Guess that's something we need.
Yep.
So that delayed us from sending out our first order. So I suggest before you even attempt to send in your first order to get these following supplies. And I will have them listed down in the description as well. So the first thing you're going to need is a printer with some ink. You can use a Dymo or a Rollo if you have one, but we've just been using my old HP DeskJet from college. It's like barely limping along, but it's working. Another thing, like I said, poly bags. If you have anything liquid, you need poly bags.
Yep.
Another thing, if you're sending in glass, you need bubble wrap.
Tons of bubble wrap.
Tons. Yeah, so if you're...
You want to be able to drop it from like
Yep.
3 feet, so like you literally have to have these. So if it's glasses or something like this that's very, very fragile, you want to be able to drop it, do like a 3-foot drop with this item to see if it can survive. So the last thing you want to do is just drop your glasses that you just packaged up and you're worried about like, oh, is it good enough, is it not good enough, and then you drop it, you break your glasses, and then you're out your money. So like extra bubble wrap just cannot ever hurt. There's never such thing as too much. So
Yep. Another thing you need is boxes. Guys, we have a stock of boxes.
yeah, we have plenty of boxes.
And I don't know if we have plenty of boxes, because every time we go to put out a new order, we're like, oh, we need bigger
more
boxes.
Yeah.
So, another thing, one thing that's crucial for Amazon is to have these. These are Avery address labels. They are the 8160s. They're 1 by 2 5/8 inches. What happens is after you put your product into Amazon, you're gonna need to print a label for it. This is how Amazon tracks your items. This is how they know it's yours and how they know to send it to a customer. So you need this size. I know there's a glare on it, but again, I'll have it drop down in the. I'll have it down in the description. I can't think of that word. Another thing that you have to have is tape. You need packing tape.
Yes.
And a tape gun. I mean, it just makes your life so much easier. And
Like we probably brought like a tape gun probably in the first 2 weeks of doing this.
Yeah, it was one of the very first things we bought.
So we just made an investment. It was only like $7 or $8 or something like that. I think it was like $7 or $8.
It was like 12.
Oh, it was like $7 or $8 for one we got.
You can get like a cheap one for that price, but if you get like...
Just make the investment regardless. You'll need it, and we use ours every single day.
Every day.
It don't matter if we're shipping for eBay or for Goat or for Amazon, whichever. Like, you use your tape gun every single day within this field doing what we're doing.
I suggest you find somebody who sells tape in bulk.
Yep.
We ordered a box of tape, and we have gone through...
like 3/4 of it.
No.
Not 3/4 of it.
Go look at the box over there. We have not.
Okay.
We've used probably 8 rolls of maybe 32.
Alright, so you're going to need like a measuring tool versus like a ruler or something like that. Like, I have, what is it, like
we have like 4 or 5 different things we
Yeah.
use. Like a broken tape measure we use.
Yeah, I have a tape measure
Yeah, that doesn't go in.
Yeah, it doesn't go in anymore, but it's old and it's had a lot of use on it. But that's kind of what we use to measure boxes, because like shipping into Amazon, they want to know your box dimensions, whether it's like 12 foot by 12 foot by 5, and say if it's that, and you resize it, and it goes from like 8 foot or
8 foot.
8 inches by 8 inches by like 5 inches from 12 foot by 12 by 12. So you resize it, and once you resize it, you don't know exactly what it's gonna be. So it'll save you a little bit of money just trying to make the box smaller, and then on top of making boxes smaller, like you want to have less wiggle room in the box for your items to slide back and forth, because if it's sliding back and forth, that's not good. You could cause damage to one of your items that you just bought, and you're losing money. So just to have them like
Compressed.
Yeah, tightly like compacted or compressed, it saves like money, and it kind of ensures your items as well.
And it makes it a little bit easier to carry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing. When you're sending in these Amazon shipments, do not go over 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why you need a scale.
Yeah.
We have a small scale that we use mostly for eBay packages. You just put one item on it or one box on it, and it works great. For our bigger shipments with Amazon, it's a little bit more difficult. So what we do is we have like a foot scale, one that you stand on to like weigh yourself, and one of us will weigh ourselves and then pick up the box, weigh the box, and subtract the difference, and that's how much the box weighs.
Yeah. So with starting off, you're gonna be locked in a lot of products. Things you can do, things we done personally, like we've done our research on YouTube. Like we've done our research on YouTube and Google and just figure out what can we start off selling and kind of getting our foot in the door. And a couple of things that we done was like with bras. That was like one of our first items, and we bought a ton of bras, and it was a kind of like a beginner's mistake where it was okay to buy some, but we bought like probably like 40 plus, and we're trying to get our money back out of some of them now, but like it was like just a beginner's mistake that we made, and we're still trying to recover from it. Like right now, we're just trying to get all these bras gone.
And one thing with bras is they are a high return rate. If you're a woman, you know, like ordering bras online is hell. Like you don't know if it's gonna fit until you try it on, and so a lot of them ended up being returned.
Yeah.
And some colors sell better, some sizes sell better. It's really just a crapshoot. Like you just have to trial and error with bras.
Another item that you can try to start off selling is, I think, books. Books, I think everybody's ungated on books, where you can sell books. Just as long as they're in new condition or whatever, you can sell books on Amazon. They have to be in new condition. Like, by new, meaning like, you know, the book looks pretty new. If you look on like the top of the book or the bottom of the book, you gotta make sure there's not a black dot on it anywhere like that, because at that point it's considered like new but used, or like overstock, where it's not considered new anymore if it has a black dot on it. Another thing is, if you want to like just kind of do some research or even Google, you can find like auto ungating items for beginners or for entry level or stuff like that. We done that as well, and we got unlocked on maybe 5 or 10 that was like gimmies, like that anybody can do.
Right, and one thing you have to keep in mind with that is like, yeah, you can get auto ungated in some stuff. Like one thing that we got auto ungated in was Tresemme, but at the time that we were auto ungated in Tresemme, we were locked in beauty.
Yeah.
So we couldn't actually sell the Tresemme.
That's very true.
So just stick around to our channel. We, in the next few weeks, are gonna start releasing one Amazon video a week, just kind of telling you exactly how this process goes. From sourcing all the way to sending in your products, we are gonna
from start to finish, like how to on it all.
Yep.
Like just kind of helping people out, like we got helped out as well. Try to pay it forward.
And that, like I said in the beginning of the video, a lot of the videos we watched didn't go into in-depth things like supplies that you need.
Yeah, there were good videos. Don't get us wrong. Like they were very, very informative. But like as far as you doing the process, it was a learning curve still for us.
Yeah.
Being complete beginners and never doing like any kind of like FBA or FBM or anything like that.
Yeah, we're trying to take a lot of the trial and error out of it for people. Yeah, so that way you guys can just hopefully smooth sail through the process.
Yeah.
So.
There's gonna be hiccups regardless.
Oh yeah.
Like you can come across something that's not gonna go your way, but it's just how it is.
And Amazon is very fickle. One of the very, very, very frustrating things for us in the very beginning, where we had applied to sell, we were approved, and then bam, all of a sudden, our account's been suspended. I'm freaking out, like, what did we do? What's wrong? Well, come to find out, this is normal for Amazon to suspend new seller accounts until everything is verified.
Yeah.
Don't freak out. It could take upwards of a month. I think we were reactivated within 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 weeks for us.
Yeah, we were freaking out. So just stay calm, let the process work. Don't try to contact customer service or seller support, because they're the biggest joke that ever existed in Amazon. So if you have any questions, reach out to us. We can walk you through pretty much
Yeah, and
We'll try to walk you through your
still
issue.
just like stay tuned on the series, and we're gonna kind of like bring you a bunch of stuff from start to finish, like what you need to do with selling on the Amazon platform.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe. We are so excited every time we get a new subscriber.
Yes.
It just motivates us to keep moving forward with this. And hit the bell to be notified when we release a new video. We're releasing at the moment 2 videos a week with hopes of moving that to 3 here in the next probably week or so.
Yeah.
We're hoping to release 3. So like, comment, and until next time, bye.
Bye, guys.